This ain't nobody gonna believe us.
So
I'm telling you.
explain to me the fear of cruises.
So once upon a time, well, a couple of years ago, we were on a cruise ship coming from Bahamas into Fort Lauderdale. We were coming into a hurricane, and the cruise ship literally tilted over. Like the water in the shower came out into the room. The little maid cart went down the hallway. It tilted over really bad. Like it didn't. I mean, it came back up, but I felt it. But even before TK, I
I'm
have a
sorry.
real fear.
I'm sorry.
I still travel and I still do these things, but I'm like I try to enjoy myself. But I am deathly afraid of cruise ships and airplanes.
Is it the fear of falling?
The fear of falling and the fear of drowning.
Okay, that's fair.
Like if I'm on an airplane and it's falling, what I'm gonna do the whole time? I can't hold on to nothing. You know what I mean? Like there's no way out. You're there. And if we drown on a cruise ship, then I'm just like I'm gonna get eaten up because I can't swim.
So you just want to drive everywhere.
I do. I told George for football season coming up, if we can drive, I want to drive. So I said, we're going to North Carolina. He said, baby, this too far to be driving out everywhere. I
So it
don't
looks
want
like
to fly if I don't have to fly. I
so
really
does it look like y'all are going to be getting an RV?
Nah, George said we flying. He ain't studying what I got to say.
Okay. We're going to get to the bottom of your fear. You're not that lucky.
So what do you mean by that, though? So I don't understand.
You gotta face your fear. So go ahead, Sin.
It won't be you. The chances of you living your fullest life and not experience a plane crash is so likely
The likelihood of you falling off the
of
side.
just going through your entire life without experiencing a plane crash or a cruise,
But y'all know that plane just crashed.
like a Titanic moment. It's so likely, like you'll survive.
But it happened to some people, so that means it can happen.
Yeah, but it won't happen to you. It's like the probability is.
Exactly.
I'm speaking it to your life.
Okay, but Syndee, have you ever had bad turbulence?
I fly so much. I just put out a Instagram reel about hacks at airports and how to fly.
Okay, but my question is, have you had bad turbulence?
Of course.
See that right there. I can't. I would literally. I had a heart attack. We just shook for 2 seconds.
Yeah, we've had,
No.
We've had some of that. We've had some of this.
Were you scared?
Yeah, but I wasn't hollering.
Oh no, I'm hollering
because we all are experiencing it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if we all go into the situation experiencing the same thing, and one person is hollering up a storm,
me,
it is like an indication that like we're not acknowledging the same experience. Like, okay, we got to be calm.
No, okay, so I don't know how to not be afraid. Like if long as the plane, I'm telling you, I'm good. I don't like takeoffs, but I'm better with the takeoffs. But it's the all this. Don't do that to me. Just get me there like this, and we okay. But when did you
I think that is a metaphor for life.
Well,
you can't have this.
You
can't be like this, all shaky. Okay, you got to be like this.
Yes,
solid.
You
got to be
right.
solid.
The same way.
Shonda, you speaking today. You preaching today, Shonda.
I think I need a like you said a hypnotism person. What do you call it?
Yeah, you need a ceremony, Chica. You need a ceremony.
Because I don't want to be if I want to relax and enjoy my flight, but my anxiety is so bad. I know we laughing about it, but if y'all see me, y'all be like, this girl really is scared. Like George, the whole time I'm squeezing the hell out of his arm. And he's like, baby, calm down. He said, it's okay. He's it's okay.
She needs some Xanax. That's what she needs. Xanax.
She said she tried it.
I took 2 Dramamines and didn't go to sleep.
That don't do nothing.
you to that beat.
I know I'm not the only one afraid of flying. Who in the comments are afraid of flying in cruise ships? I know it ain't just me.
Listen, look.
Good evening, friends and family, and welcome to another episode of Talk Miami with you girls, sharing tea. I'm not going to tell anyone's story about what's in their glasses, but mine is definitely tea because I need to stay up for another couple of hours.
Mind your business. Mind your business.
It's your girl, Syndee Winters. I'm your host today on April 25th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am joined by the lovely ladies of Talk Miami. We're going to go with Scary Sherry Shonda. To my side.
Good evening, everyone. I am so glad to be back. I had a great and eventful, relaxing, renewing, and refreshed week besides flying in and out. I had a great time.
Tell everybody where you went, Shonda.
Oh, I went to Turks and Caicos with my husband celebrating our 20th anniversary. I didn't get in much of the ocean because I'm also afraid of sharks. So I didn't want
you know what?
Pick me up.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Shonda.
Y'all,
so you just need to stay in the house.
No, I'm gonna travel. I just got limitations on my traveling. That's all. So I did get in the water, but only to like my waist, I think. And then I had to keep watching the back. I told George, if the shark come, baby, you better swim because I'm getting up out of here. Somebody got to tell the story.
And now I need to understand this. We need to unpack for a second the fear of sharks. Have you had an experience with sharks, or were you have an experience? Had you have an experience watching Shark Week?
I have never seen a shark in my life.
All right. We're gonna come back to you. We're gonna pass it down.
I gotta show you something. Go ahead. I'm gonna look for this clip. Go ahead.
The gold digger herself.
You see it? You see it, right? Gold digger. Hi, everybody. I'm TK Owens. We are back this week. We missed you guys last week, but as you can see, Shonda was traveling.
I am finally able to be in a stable environment with some stable internet. I put on lashes today. I put on a little bit of makeup. I did my hair. The Disney Princess the Concert Tour wrapped up its final city in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and I got on the first flight back to my house. I spent 48 hours there and then went to San Francisco where I did 4 shows. And then I got on a plane and came to New York. So I'm dedicated, love this show, love the Talk Miami family. I love you ladies, and I'm so happy to be back for another week. We wish we had Ryan David today.
I know he's out sick with COVID.
Ryan caught the new Rona.
The new Rona.
And I know he's going to be seeing this. So we love you, Ryan. Miss you.
We miss you.
We really could have used your perspective for today's topics. And TK, so for your day job, what's your morning ritual?
Oh, Cutler Road.
No, I stopped that one. I'll be honest with you. I literally have to, and I make this an everyday thing. I pray before my feet hit the ground. So I literally take a time out. I wake up, but instead of just waking up and jumping up, I wake up and I just reflect. And I pray over my family. That's like the first thing. Myself first, because without me, it's like whatever I'm not here, they won't have me. So I pray over me, pray over guidance for that day. Then I pray over Pharaoh, and then it goes down to my children. And then I say, for me to have a great day and kind of just reflect and just sit there sometimes and process what my day is going to be like. And then I hit the floor. But I am so predictable. I take the same route. I do the same thing, like literally. And one day, guys, I want to ask you this question. Like, do you wash your face, take a shower, get dressed, makeup? Like, what goes first?
That's what I need to ask you. That's what I was asking you. Okay. That's what this question is about.
So I am so predictable. I do it every day. I gotta get up and I wash my face. I gotta like wake up, I brush my teeth. Then I get dressed because I've learned the night before to make sure you iron your clothes. So, because I'm always rushing in the morning. So I do lay out my clothes at night. So that helps with time. I get dressed. Then, if I have enough time, I do my makeup and hair. And if not, I do it at the light every stop, red light. Don't tell nobody.
How do you do your hair? Do you have a plug-in iron
Yes, I do. Yes. So I bump these curls. You see the
in
curls?
the
Y'all see
car?
them curls?
And they cute,
No.
they highlighted and stuff.
Thank
It
you.
is
I do.
that's fierce.
Yes, I do. I do my hair before I leave, but I will do makeup if I'm not running late. I do makeup in the car, not when I'm driving, guys. I want to give that
When you're at a
disclaimer.
stoplight.
When I'm at a
Oh,
stoplight or
or
when
in
I
traffic.
finally exactly.
Oh, Cutler.
but I do. I am so predictable. If someone was following me, they would catch me every morning in the same place at the same time. It's
Wow.
bad. Yeah.
I didn't know
I
that about you, but then again, that doesn't surprise me.
I love routine. Like everything is planned. I kid you not. Like if something is different, it throws me off. I don't know how to explain it.
And
And
she's
like when
telling the
y'all,
truth. She's so
like when y'all
ignorant.
told me to take old Cutler, and it threw me off the whole day.
Gosh, we thought we would kind of move past that, but
No.
thanks for being open to the concept.
Yes, thank you.
Shonda, what is your morning schedule?
Oh.
And so you're a mother of 5 children. How did you sort of
No. They grown and gone. Grown and gone. I have
you
one that I
forgot your
keep
routine?
in.
You forgot your routine.
He's 12 and it's good morning, see you later. I don't even get him up. He gets himself up, gets his backpack ready, sits on the couch and waits on his bus. I don't even take kids to school anymore, honey. So all I do in the morning is kiss my husband goodbye, roll back over, go back to sleep. I may get up around. I have been trying to get up like when he leaves so I can work early, but that hasn't worked yet. So I think I come downstairs around 10 o'clock, 10, 11 ish. Then I come down and see if there's something to eat. If there's nothing to eat, because I don't feel like cooking anything to eat. Like if there's not like something already made that he may have made, I just won't eat till he gets home. So I'll
All
go in
day?
the kitchen, probably make some coffee, and then I come sit to my desk in my little office in here.
What time is that about?
I think I start working around 12. Once I start lollygagging around the house and stuff.
So when your husband leaves the house and then when he comes back, how many hours have passed since cooking is not on the menu?
But wait a minute, hold up. I've been cooking lately. Well, before I went on vacation, I cooked. I did.
Clock Miami family,
Lies.
Saw it.
please ask for receipts.
I made
Lies.
oxtails. What I made, also some beef something. I made something, but that was it for 2 days. But I throw a load of clothes in the laundry, and then I may take a nap around 1 o'clock, and then I start back working again.
Wait, she only woke up for an hour and went back to sleep.
Listen,
Wow.
don't mess with my routine. It works for me. But I'm up there while y'all asleep. I'm up there. I work to about 12, 1 o'clock at night, 2 o'clock in the morning though, because I'm walking around the house.
But I believe maybe if you had those hours in the daytime,
I know.
people are
I
nocturnal.
told my husband I want to try to start working earlier so I'm done by the time he gets home, so I can not be working the whole time he's home. But I haven't done that yet. So let's see what happens tomorrow.
Talk Miami family, please encourage and bless Shonda on her journey as she finds the right routine. I'm with you, sis. I'm the same. I'm kind of like a workaholic. On my days off, I'm sitting in front of this computer until all hours at night, from 10 a.m. to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I still feel like I don't get anything done.
Yes.
Yes. I feel you on that.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
One day I said to myself, did I just waste the whole day? And I felt like I did stuff, but you seemed like I have my calendar here because since I've been on vacation, I got orders to do now. And people have been ordering. So I have my calendar set for the week. But then Gigi, see, people come in your life and try to,
don't bring your daughter into this.
Wait, did she bring her baby in?
She want her hair done on Thursday. So now I got to work really hard tomorrow and Wednesday so I can do her hair Thursday.
Because she comes first.
because I have to do her hair.
You have to do her
I
hair.
told you, Gigi runs me, honey. I can't tell her no.
And that's why she got to keep you happy.
That's right. So I got to make sure I work really hard tomorrow and Wednesday, so I can take care of Miss Gigi on Thursday. So
That's right. Well,
yeah.
my schedule is completely unpredictable all the time. So while I'm on tour, I think about all the different rituals that I have to do to keep my hair, keep my mind and my body sort of in the same place. But I wake up around 8:30 and try to go get a workout in. I usually start my day around 11 only because I get up at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then I'm on my phone. I hit snooze, get up, put my clothes on, brush my teeth, and then I try to go out for an exercise at some point.
Right.
Whatever it is, 30 minutes, try to do something. And then by the time I eat something, I'm sitting in front of that computer and I don't get up. Or I'm performing. So I'm like traveling or getting
Right.
ready to do something. So it's just sort of curious as to all of our different lifestyles, what we find that gets us going, and maybe we can exchange some tips. TK, I really like that you spend time in the morning. You are definitely not a millennial. You spend time in the morning praying and
Yeah.
meditating before you
Yeah.
get up out of the bed. You don't grab your phone and immediately sort of get on the scrolling or check your emails.
And I'll be honest, I adopted that during the pandemic. I wasn't always that way. But when I was working from home, I had nothing but time. So I just needed to reflect. And so I started meditating. I did a 10-minute guided meditation every morning. And it just
That's
really
awesome.
helped me. It, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And as married women and partners with long relationships, uh, we're going to talk about a topic today. I
Mm.
am unmarried. I'm a single woman, and I
Not for long.
you know something I don't know.
No, I'm just manifesting
Oh, okay. You
it.
blessing me with that.
I'm
It
blessing
all
you.
depends. It all depends. We're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about
Okay.
it today.
Okay.
Um, the idea of getting married and having a big wedding is always a point of excitement and anxiety for a lot of people, right? People want to get married, but they can't afford a wedding, so they hold off, right? But there was an article about this couple who got married for $500. You might have seen this story going around the news last week. They got married on a budget of $500. Kiara and Joel Brokenbaugh from Los Angeles figured out how to get their wedding paid for $500. Now, the average wedding cost about $29,000.
I wish, but
By the
okay.
time you have a venue and a tables and reception and entertainment. Now, I'm in the wedding business. I've been in the wedding and events business for the last 15 years. And the band alone can cost a minimum of $10,000. So it ranges from 2,500, depending on what kind of band you want, 2,500 to 10,000 to $100,000. If you want a destination wedding, you have to fly the band there. So I've been in all kinds of scenarios where the weddings are modest or they're ridiculously opulent. Um, so I want to get the perspectives of two women from two different walks of life. And Shonda, this being, is this your first marriage to George or your second?
No, this is my second.
This is your second marriage. What sort of the difference between your marriage or your wedding versus your first wedding versus your second wedding?
Well, my first marriage was more like a dictatorship. So it wasn't, I didn't have a say so in what happened. That was my abuser. So it wasn't, I'm going to consider that as a marriage. Um, this marriage, now George and I planned a wedding. We had bridesmaids picked out and groomsmen and venue. Excuse me. But we had some things to go on in our life during that time that I said, you know what, bump it. I don't want to get married. I don't want to do it. I changed my mind. He was like, "No, you marry me." So he went to our pastor, which was Lord Pastor Reverend Sumter at the time, and we went to him. We were going to him already regarding the situation that was going on, and during that conversation, George brought up that we still wanted to keep wanting to get married, and the pastor said, "Okay, well, I can marry y'all right here." And I literally had braids in my hair. I went home. We found something decent to put on that matched each other, and we got married in the pastor's office. And because of everything that was going on, we needed each other more than than we had ever needed each other, and we needed to solidify that union at that time because of everything that was going on. And I still loved him. I still wanted to be with him. It was just the stress of life at the time. I was like, "Bump it. This is not getting married." And he was like, "No, we're getting married. We're gonna do this." Like, I'm gonna find my wedding picture. I literally had braids in, man. We went to Kmart was it Oasis? What is Ola Mills?
Remember Olin
Ola
Mill?
Come
Mills.
on,
Olin
Olin
Mill.
I went to
Mills.
that shoe
Yes.
for what? $29.99.
Photograph.
We
At
went
least
to
you ain't go to
Ola
Photo
Mills.
Zone at the Cutler Ridge Mall.
Listen, we went to Ola
JC
Mills,
Penney's.
took our picture, and at the time George was cooking for the Short Club and Nobu at the time. Those are two
Oh,
very
that's my
upscale
restaurant.
High-end
restaurants.
restaurants.
Noble. Listen.
So he told them we got married that day. They told us to come up there. They laid us out a whole meal on the house, meal of different dishes and wines and stuff. So we had our dinner party there, just me and him. And then we took a picture of the whole staff, and then they tied cans and stuff to our truck at the time, and that was it.
Aw.
That was it. And 20 years later, we still together.
Aw.
Yeah. So
See,
that's
that's really
Period.
interesting because I feel like, why is this news
hmm
that
yeah,
Mhm.
that two
yeah.
two people are going to get married for on a $500 budget? You're just showing the resourcefulness of two human beings.
hmm
Mhm.
She had a
Mhm.
47 Kiara found a $47 dress on Shein. She they found a location that was public, and they had a small party of guests, and you can look things up on the internet. You found tables and chairs, you found a proscenium. They went to a local restaurant, everybody paid for their drinks, and then family members and guests gifted cake and any of the things that sort of would be a cost to the bride and groom, they covered.
And did you see
So
the venue, which was a free mountain?
it was the highway.
It was beautiful. Yeah, the
It was
highway. Yep.
literally the highway.
Mhm.
So the idea, you just have to be resourceful. Of
Yeah.
course, you can get married for on a dime, you know. And so, but TK, talk
Mhm.
about your wedding. Your first wedding versus your second one are very different.
Yes. So the first time around we were so young, so we went to the courthouse, right? And so I know what that was like. I know what it's like to go to a courthouse and that's all. But I don't know about every other woman. I could just only speak for me. It was just a dream of mine one day to have my dad walk me down the aisle to go and try on dresses. So when Pharaoh did want to get married, of course, he didn't want all of the big wedding. He just ended up taking me to the courthouse. And I was like, of course, I said yes, because I was in love with him and wanted to marry him. But then there was this side of me, like, it was a surprise. And it was like, of course, I'll marry you, but this isn't what I thought it would be. I was like, can I still have my wedding? And he was like, really? And I was like, yes. And he said, yes. But we decided to get married right there at the courthouse. And a year later, on the 1 year anniversary, is when we had the wedding. So he met me halfway. When it comes to marriage, it is about compromise. I wanted to know what that experience was like. If this is my second time, and pray that it's my last time. I had my dad there. I never knew what it was like for my dad to walk me down the aisle. I never knew. And I had an amazing experience, Syndee, which you are aware of, when I flew to New York and took my family with me to be on Say Yes to the Dress. So I have all of those memories, when I tell you, that are priceless and wouldn't change a thing in the world, because that was the happiest night of my life. I had the best time in the world. So it was different, and I love them both. But yeah,
And it was planned the whole way.
It was planned the whole way. And I had a year to do it, right? So I knew that we were already married, but I wanted the big show a year later. So I had a year to save money. I wish I want to commend the bride who did that, because you literally can have it all if you properly plan it and ask the guests, are they willing to pay? But we were blessed enough that I saved up for the wedding. We paid for the wedding. We paid for everything. The men, our bridesmaids, knew what they had to do and what they had to pay for. And of course, I had to call my girl Syndee to. Did I even pay for your flight? I owe you. Okay, I'm gonna pay for you to come in next time for my 50th birthday. But Syndee came, and I didn't have to pay for a
I don't
singer.
sing for free, FYI.
Oh, but when I speak at your
I did
event for free,
everything for free, right? This is
Oh, I forgot. My
there's
bad.
no right. What are we saying? What are we even talking about?
Syndee
I'll
came
pay for
in.
your flight, Sin. Okay.
And she came here. But Sin, I did get, you were like my sister and you came in. You were my wedding singer and the host of my wedding. So, and you helped
Yes.
me coordinate and
She
direct.
did a great job. Your wedding
Yes.
was phenomenal. I loved it.
Oh, thank you.
We did our
But
best. We did our best. And between the both of us, we could have planned the wedding all by ourselves, but
yeah,
you also went through the experience of a wedding planner, which we realize that sometimes a lot of characteristics of a wedding planner is that they are overwhelmed and can't really
yeah.
fulfill all the things that they're supposed to do.
Don't even get me started. Why are you bringing
But
that
if
up?
you've got a great wedding planner who knows how to do it
Yeah,
all, and I've worked with a lot of them, they bring the wedding and the
yeah,
bride's wildest dreams to life. But you are such a great planner and a great event planner that it's hard to kind of measure up to what you already know how to do.
yeah. Especially the choreography. So that was all planned.
Right. Like that, the wedding planner can't plan that. Like that's definitely something from you for sure. So I'm unmarried, so I don't really have a horse in this race, but I do think that for millennials, it's harder and harder to get married because the idea of the expense versus what you can buy, what you can spend with that money. Should I spend 30 grand, 40 grand on a wedding and go into debt, or use that as an opportunity to bring people as a giant crowdsourcing opportunity? Because historically, that's what weddings were. Two people decide to get married and the community comes together to support them. So I would want, they have these new like honeymoon crowdfunding campaigns that you can do for your registry, where you can contribute to their honeymoon or a down payment on a home or some sort of other gift, rather than just, coming to the wedding and having cash in an envelope, or maybe even just paying for your plate. That would be great too.
Yeah.
I don't really have any dreams. I've seen a lot of weddings. And the more that I see, the less I want to do a wedding, because I know how much of a headache it can be.
That
So
part.
what do you want to do though, Syndee? Do you
I
have
want
an
music.
idea?
I want a live show.
There you
Yes,
go.
that's
I
you.
would, yeah, I would want a live show, and everybody would definitely pay a ticket price to come in, and
Hmm.
there would be food, and it'd be a whole, like a festival. I want
Yeah,
a festival for my birthday.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my 50th, baby. Y'all,
Yeah.
I hope y'all know y'all
For
the
my wedding, not
MCs,
my birthday. See?
I was
and
gonna
Can't
I'm
even
say
think
not.
I'm
about it.
thinking about
And
wedding.
don't charge me.
Huh?
What you did for me was for a nonprofit organization. Shonda Roberts is not a nonprofit organization, honey.
She got that good hair on today. And you see it?
Puerto Rican, beady
Bitty
beady
bitty
bum
bum
bum.
bum.
Selena
She's
not Puerto Rican.
Mexican, y'all.
She Mexican.
Yes.
But
Selena is
sin,
Mexican.
you brought up a point, and I don't know if you guys know this. Since we were married and had the wedding, I asked all the guests though, instead of bringing gifts, is to give monetary, send us on our honeymoon. So our trip to Jamaica was fully paid for everybody that attended our wedding. Seriously, from
This
beginning
is
to end,
brilliant.
the flight and hotel is
It
that's
makes
how much
sense.
money I raised. Yeah,
It makes sense.
yeah.
I can't see the Sarah Santana says, I'm eloping. How about that?
Sarah says she eloping.
I
Yes.
am
Sarah is telling a
eloping.
whole lie because I've been waiting forever for that
Ooh.
wedding. Honey, we getting married, Sarah. We're having a
The way
wedding.
the way your time is set up,
Right.
the way she has you waiting at the altar. We getting
Listen,
married.
we're getting married. Yes. When the
So
when the
Sarah,
priest pastor
sorry.
says, "Do you?" Yes, she does. Don't ask her. She does. Keep it going. Let's go. She does.
And did.
See, and even Mama Ferda, she said
Yeah.
that it was the most beautiful wedding she'd ever attended, and could not believe that was her son's wedding. And so you gave her that. You gave her that opportunity
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
celebrate in that way. So it is worth a celebration, but is it worth going into the expense and even so going into debt? My thought is nah, because
Yeah.
eventually we financially we have to have those conversations on what we're
Yeah.
building, and a wedding is not one of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be
Um,
honest, Pharaoh didn't want it, but he did it for me. You know what I mean? But that night, I changed his whole mind because he was so happy after that
oh my
night.
God, we made him play the drums. We did a
Yeah.
whole
We had a
A
whole
full concert. A full concert.
we
But you
made
know
him
what? I
play
think
the drums.
yes, and he did a good job. I didn't know he could
He
play
nailed
because
it because he was
I'm
not.
like, I
He was
didn't
like,
think
"What I
that
won't
man
do,
did.
I'm about
Yeah.
to go in."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but if it was up to him, he wanted us to save that money. But he compromised. Wedding is about compromising, right? He did
But
that because that was a dream of mine.
Yeah,
I
and it
think
was
either
beautiful.
way, whatever works for you. So
Yeah.
the way TK planned for it, TK is a planner and she saved so that it wouldn't be a debt. It wouldn't be
Right.
that we're in debt and we're dying from it. I've been to weddings where literally the husband of the next day was fussing at his wife for all the money that was spent. I've seen it.
Oh
But that
wow,
comes from
recipe
people not
for ending.
communicating, they're not talking, they're starting the marriage off wrong. And
Right.
that's when it's a problem. If it's talked about and you all planned it and you all have decided,
Yep.
okay, we're gonna spend 500, five
Yep.
thousand, or 50,000 on this wedding, leave it as that, make sure it's not a burden, and then
Right.
have what you want. But I'm not against young lady who did the $500 wedding,
She's a
picked the side of
brilliant.
the road and had everybody pay. That was awesome. Also, people will pay. We talked about that with birthday parties. So you tell people to pay for their own dinner and birthday parties. We were going to plan a 20th dinner. We were going to plan a 20th wedding. And we're like, you know what? I don't have time for the hassle right now. Let's just jump on this plane that I was so deathly afraid of. Let's just jump on this plane and just enjoy each other. And that's what we decided to
Right,
do. I didn't have a wedding. I said, do I want a wedding? Maybe I do. But then
because it's about y'all.
thinking about it and planning, I got exhausted. You know what? Never mind. Just
Sarah
forget it.
Santana said, "If you want to come, pay your own way."
Sarah on the road tonight.
Anybody son Sarah, she know we getting married.
Come
We
on, Sarah.
getting married.
She say
Well,
we. She said we getting married. She
we.
just gonna
We
That's
tell
what
getting
I'm
you
married.
what
saying.
to
She about
do.
to be the officiant too.
All of it.
She said
Waiter,
she better
Wedding
Beta
singer,
D,
band, everything.
the
her and
band.
the karaoke machine, everybody.
Everything.
Can I ask a
Excellent.
question? Can I ask you a question, Cindy?
What?
Knowing what the bride did, what if you received an invite and the bride and the groom was asking you to pay to come to their wedding? What would be your reaction?
It's a transparency. Either you can or you can't.
Yep.
Mhm.
Either you got it or you don't. And if I loved you that much, I'll put on a credit card. If
Yep.
I didn't have it like that,
Yeah.
I'll figure out how to be there for you. Because the truth is, if they're coming, we all have to understand their philosophy, right?
Yeah.
If they
Mhm.
have goals that they're building, it makes no sense for them to go into an expense where they're like, you want to help them have a successful life. And when you do that, it's sort of like somebody said this, and I can't remember what, but if I'm going to a wedding and I'm spending my money to go there, first of all, you got to pay for flights and hotels.
Mhm.
If I'm going there, it's an investment in the couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
And I want this to go well.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they had a stock market for relationships.
I know it would definitely be like this. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Listen.
Because that way, if you know you have investors, then you have to stay the course,
That's
Yeah.
right.
or you really could lose everything. But But I think I would. I think I would endorse. If they didn't come on now, it's within reason. Now, if we going to Turks and Caicos and they want to pick the most opulent hotel, you come on now.
No,
Depends.
right. Within
Don't want to
reason.
get in the
Within
ocean.
reason.
Yeah.
But if we got it like that, then we got it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have it, you can.
And see,
Just like with my.
Absolutely.
Go ahead,
we were
Shonda.
just in a wedding in Nassau, George and I. It was a vow renewal, but we knew about it a year prior. So she set up a payment arrangement with the cruise ship.
Plan.
Okay, this is how much it costs, and you all can pay every month. You have a year to pay for it.
Yep,
She
there
did a
you
good
go.
deal on our dresses. The men had a good deal on their suits. Yes, we invested into their marriage when they're continuing of their marriage, but they were also thoughtful of the fact that let me tell them now so they can start paying a whole year
That's
prior.
right.
So it's
Planning.
not coming out of
And
and plus it
saving.
was a trip for us too. You know what I mean? We had a 3-day weekend cruise.
It's beautiful that they think about that sort of communication. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, there's an installment period and you can save to this moment
Yeah.
rather than being like, hey, can you come or you can't? I think when we go into and they may be of a certain age, right? So that's a thinking of an earlier generation,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's not always a thinking of this generation and the generation that's coming.
Right, right.
It's either you got it now or you ain't got it. It's more if you plan late along a ways away, then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, maybe you stand yourself a chance and being able to save to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We don't look at long term young people. We're not looking at long term anymore. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But thank y'all. Okay, so we've talked about having that communication and taking time to plan for the next step, which brings us a really great segue to our next topic: mixing business and pleasure, or
Ooh,
mixing business and
child.
romance. Can couples build a business while maintaining romance? And it's funny that you see this image with this man and this woman.
They so in love.
Are they, or does
Yeah,
he have
you
her in
know,
a
so
headlock?
old to me.
Wait, why both of y'all go to physical
I was like, it's either a love
attack?
lock or a chokehold.
You
Is a
better smile for
loving
this
embrace
picture.
or a headlock.
Listen, baby, blink twice if you need help.
Okay, her eyes are closed, honey. She was probably in the middle of a blank, but I had to choose it because it sort of talks to both sides of the
Yeah.
spectrum here.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been reading some articles about, I went on YouTube and started looking up information of what people's opinions were. There are production companies like Will and Jada have their production company, and a lot of couples have their own businesses together. Now, I just wanted to get your thoughts and the Talk Miami family, what your thoughts are on mixing business and romance. Can you still maintain a healthy personal relationship while mixing business, while creating and maintaining a business?
I don't know,
You
child.
asking me or Shonda? Because I'm ready to talk.
I'm gonna go with Shonda first because
Why I be always first? Y'all
Yes.
know I'm gonna say some foolishness. That's why.
she gave us this is a whole lead up because so Shonda got up at 11.
Oh,
Kissed
Ah,
her
wait a
husband
minute.
goodbye.
Wait, hold up. Look at George. Y'all, here go George. I
I work for
work for Queen Crafty and she get it.
Still
You
get it.
already know.
beady beady bum bum baby. Yes, honey.
Ah,
Selena Mexican. She Puerto Rican.
She's
she's
from,
Okay.
Mexican.
but J Lo, she the girl who played. Okay,
She's a
anyway.
little Puerto Rican.
So George works for Queen Crafty and Painted Purpose. He just, but I work for Chef George's Catering, so we help each other out. So I would say, in that aspect, you can if the communication all around is good. Like before the business started, and you already had a good relationship and communicating, I think you can. But I also think it's important that if you find out early on that it's not going to work, somebody to abort mission because it will start pouring into your personal life. If you don't, if you all can't work together, I don't think that I could work with my husband in the kitchen like all day because he's a whole other person when he's cooking. and he mean. And I don't
Why
want to
TK and
work.
Maeve got the same face? Like,
So I don't need him
duh.
yelling at me
George,
and
don't
fussing
come.
at me. When George tell me no, I get in my feelings. So I don't need him telling me I did this wrong, I did that wrong. So I don't
Go
think
ahead
I
and
can
chop
work.
them onions.
Right. Like last night, he told me be quiet last night. I was like, ooh, ooh,
Was he working?
ooh. No, he was watching TV and I was just talking. He said, baby, be quiet.
Ooh, yes,
So
George. You know
I
I
don't
be team
think
George. I be team George.
I said, did you tell me to be quiet? So I don't think I can handle that. So I don't think I could do it. Some people do. I just feel like if you do it, if your communication is not good coming into the personal relationship, don't do business together. Now if y'all are in business and then you start dating, that's another thing. People have power trips, you know what I mean? They have an issue. I don't know if that will work. I just think that if you know someone personally, on a personal level, and y'all already have a good personal relationship, working with them in business may work. It won't work for me because George be fussing and I only be yelled at. But I don't know. It
Ooh.
probably could work.
All
I've
right.
never seen
Ethel
no
Ethel
shit.
Wright Leandre says Leandre? Did I say that right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She says it can be done. Put some boundaries in place.
So I could jump in off of that because
Go
that's
for it.
exactly what I was going to say.
My boundaries
So
don't yell at me.
see, she be in her feelings, taking it
Wow.
all
I
personal,
stay
Wow.
there.
personal
I know
in
me.
her
I stay
feelings,
there.
in her feelings. So we, speaking of, uh, I work a 9 to 5. Farrell works a 9 to 5. He has his own personal business. I have my own personal business, and then we have businesses together. So you're talking about exactly what Ethel said. Even though you can do it, we put though almost an agreement in place. You still got to treat it like a business. As much as I love him, as much as he's my husband, we still have to talk about the what if. So everything is in writing. Because if you don't plan on, and I'll be honest, Syndee, you know this, my dance studio in my first marriage, that was a family business. Did I see or think that I was going to get a divorce? I didn't see that coming. But then you have to learn how to split um, you know, income when you're splitting. So I didn't have anything in place, but that taught me the next time when you know better, you do better. So the next time when you go into business with someone, no, you're not thinking you're ever going to break up with this person or something may happen. It may not even be a divorce, it could be death. Something can happen that no longer a partnership becomes a sole proprietary, that you need to have something in place. So we treat everything like a business, even though it is personal. I am sleeping with the owner. Hey, babe, call me. But I mean, but you get what I'm saying. But I do get in my
Oh boy.
feelings, Shonda. Shonda, I do get in my feelings too when he checked me on certain things. But I can say what keep us afloat is that there is an understanding of what this business is. And if in the act, if something was to happen, we already know exactly what's going to happen because everything is documented in an agreement. As much as I love him, we still have everything
It's
in an
smart.
agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you have a template of that agreement?
I'll send it to
I'm,
you. You know
I'm
I
over
do.
here waiting on
I
Cindy.
would.
Okay, Cindy, your turn. Cause
I'll
we
send
know.
it to you. Yep.
Yeah, I think it can be done. I think it can be done, particularly if you understand the personality of the person that you're going into business with. You
Yeah.
know, you would hope that the person that you're going into business with has the ambition to get the job done, but not the arrogance to not
Yeah.
take opinion or take outside information or
Right.
advice, right?
Right.
Or has the ability to be vulnerable and communicate,
Mhm.
and want everything for the betterment of the success of the business.
Mm-hmm.
I and also I think that overlaps into relationships,
Mhm.
into romantic relationships. You know, why is it that a husband and wife can't, or a couple can't build something together while
Mhm.
having their own separate lives? I believe
They
that,
can.
TK, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're going into this relationship business, you're going to fall into the same categories
Mhm.
as an LLC or an S
Yep.
corp. You're going to
Yep.
have to file.
Yep.
You're going to have to talk about finance. You're going to have to talk about work-life balance and work and environment,
Yep.
emotional stability, because
Mhm.
you can't run a business if you are emotionally not healthy and
Yep.
mentally healthy.
Investments.
Investments.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's sort of the same language, and we've been taught to be so far apart from those things, and that's why relationships end up not working.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Um, it's really interesting how we've been marketed the idea of like, don't mix business with pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I agree. Don't mix business with lust.
There it is. That part.
But if you're in a
You got
relationship,
to be solid.
you have to be solid. And that
Yes.
you have to build a relationship first, and then you would build the business.
Exactly.
But the
Yeah.
business
I'll
of the
be
relationship has
yeah.
to be first.
I'll be honest with you. Something that Farrell always told me that attracted, I guess, that I was attractive is that he wanted someone that he could build with. So
Yeah.
he really looked at how I not just carried myself, but how I handle business. That was something huge for him. He told me later, but thank God I did have the qualities. But that was something he was looking for, is that someone he knows where he's going. Can she complement where I'm
Right.
going?
Right. There are men out there that want to take care of the other woman, but and then also they don't necessarily know what that would mean.
Right.
Mhm.
You know, if you take care, is she going to be equally contributing to the relationship in whatever factor,
Yeah.
right? Or is she just real cute and
Mm-hmm.
The
That's all.
quote.
That's all.
that's it?
That's it. She pretty,
Right.
but she can't
But
talk. Just don't say a word, baby. Just be
she can't
quiet.
talk, she can't cook, she can't clean, she can't call
Mm-mm.
the housekeeper, she can't make an appointment,
None of that.
I'm I'm
But
being
she cute.
attacked. Can't
she
cook.
can't walk the dog, she
Yeah, you
can't
look
raise
at Shonda.
kids.
You talk about Shonda.
I feel attacked.
Oh
Can't cook.
no, no,
Oh,
Shonda.
okay.
No, you had a 9 to 5, you had
I'm
kids,
just
you
saying.
raised them,
I felt a little attacked with the can't cook
you
part.
opened up a business, you got
Itty
two
bitty
businesses, you
bum.
got three.
Yes, honey. Okay. Okay, I'm
I'm
okay
talking
now.
about I'm talking about the cute ones who like
Oh,
didn't like to do nothing.
well, I'm cute too now.
No, she said
Wait.
they don't want to do nothing.
Oh, okay,
Lord, why
I'm
you
sorry.
taking
My
everything
hearing cut off
personal?
after
Shauna can do
cute.
everything. You
Oh
got to
my
uncover the bitty bitty
God.
bomb bomb, get them
Oh,
ears
okay.
exposed,
Okay.
so we can cover the clear.
Ryan, what you not
Can't
gonna do?
fly.
Ryan
Ryan,
say can't
Ryan said
fly.
I
can't
but
fly.
I do fly. I fly a lot. I just don't like it. Just
Yeah, but I'm talking
know.
about the cute ones who don't like to do nothing. Now they can't. Now they can't. All they want to do is fly. They want to do
Right.
fly around the world. They want to do nothing for they do nothing in
Just look
return.
pretty on his arm. That's
Oh
all.
gosh, that's the worst. But then I've been in situations where I've met those guys and they're like so surprised that I have
You're
Conversation.
qualities
intelligent. Yes.
that have qualities, that are opposite. Like I don't need anybody's help in that way.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't need you to buy me a bag. I will
Not
turn
at
that over
all.
and pawn it on eBay.
Exactly.
Listen.
I will turn that into money so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes. So those are sort of the things that I wanted to know about relationships and how they work and what your takes are on it. And Ryan and Katrina. Katrina said, "Don't pay him no mind."
Don't pay him no mind. Mm-mm.
He
But
always had
it's
my back.
you guys have the idea of building a business and having a romantic relationship is important because that's what a lot of people do want. They just don't
Sarika.
know how to do it.
Sarika said she gonna take
Sarika
that
said, "I'll
bag.
take the bag, though. I'll take the bag." Okay, let
Me
me get
too,
the bag, though.
Sarika.
That's right.
Let
I'll
me
take the bag and I
I'll
will
take
turn it over
it.
and
I'm
get me some
keeping it.
cash. You keeping it? You putting
I'm
stuff
keeping
in
it.
it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You,
Mm-hmm.
it's some high
Mm-hmm.
resale value on that
I
bag.
don't care. I'm
I'm what
keeping it.
you saying. I'm trying to get some coins off of that
Thank
bag.
you.
I throw
Mm-mm.
purses on the floor. I don't appreciate an expensive bag. I'm
I
going
don't
to
I
throw
either.
it on
do.
the floor. I'm gonna wear my little satchel or my little
No.
smaller bag, and I'm good. I stopped carrying big bags. I
I'd
don't
rather
do
have 5,000 in my bag than 5,000
it.
on
Don't
the
buy me no
front
expensive
of the
purse.
bag.
Can I have both?
Yeah,
You can. I
Thank
just make
you.
things dirty. I don't take care of stuff like
me either.
that.
Mm.
I'm not
I'm
good
like,
with
this
them.
doesn't show. I'm not. It's not a value.
I
I'm trying
might
to
go.
find out what is that thing that I'm like, ooh, don't I just paid so much money for that.
Wait, Tamika say
Don't
what?
Donated to paint a purse.
say
Stuff a purse.
right.
Stuff this
Pay the
Gucci
number
bag.
2purpose76.org. Thank you.
Travis say he gonna pray for us.
We hope you're enjoying the show. Are you ready for our segments? All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So we are going to go down to the
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
she's back from the Turks and the Caicos to the
ooh.
corner. It's Shonda's corner. My
I
songs are
like,
terrible.
I
My
like
songs are terrible.
that was cute. That was cute.
Thanks,
Good
friend.
evening. Good evening, everyone. Again, I am going to talk about. I spoke about her before, but this time I'm coming from a different conversation. But her name is Jennifer Logan. She has a nonprofit organization called Love versus Cancer. Here she is here, very beautiful, wonderful, loving young lady. She lives her life um, very she's always making jokes, she's always having fun, she's always bringing the life of the party. Right now Jennifer is her cancer came back, and she is now has stage 4 cancer and currently going through chemo. As part of her initiative, what she does with her Love versus Cancer, she raises money for cancer survivors as well. But I want to help raise money for her while she's going through what she's going through, to show her some kind of support. Again, like I said, she's always thinking and always doing something. And one of the things she's just created was her t-shirts that are, Lord, I forgot the name of them. Style. I'll find it and put it in the comments. But she took a verse from one of the songs that Lil Wayne has, and she has on the shirt, "I'm ill, not sick," referring to her illness. Because a lot of people, she doesn't want people feeling sorry for her. She doesn't want people looking down because she has cancer. If you see her, talk with her, hang with her, you'll never know she's a cancer survivor or a cancer patient, because she does not live her life as woe is me. And because of that, I want to make sure that we support her, because even in what she's going through, she's still supporting cancer survivors right now. So I want to make sure that we help her in her fight with cancer, and also with helping other survivors of cancer. So if you can, her link tree is at the bottom. I will also post it in the comments. But it's linked linktr.ee/love versus cancer. She has an Instagram page. It's also called Love versus Cancer. If you all want to support her initiative, support what she's doing, support her, please make sure you do so. This is her logo. Um, because she supports all cancers, not just breast cancer. So please make sure y'all go and follow her page, give her some support, purchase a T-shirt for someone else, for yourself, or just donate. But let her know that we are praying for her. Keep fighting, Jennifer. I know that, and me and her are both water bags, so I'm really trying not to cry. But I really want her to know that we are out here praying for her and helping her fight. And I want her to not give up. But I know she won't. She's really funny. She does all type of jokes and TikToks, because she's the one people feeling sorry for her, what she's going through. So please make sure that y'all go and support her. Love versus Cancer on Instagram, and her link tree is here, and I will go ahead and post it in the comments as well. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Shonda. That was so heartfelt. So much love to you, Jennifer, on your journey, being such a warrior. And
Woo.
we got our prayers up for you, Queen.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right, it's that time, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank you all for being here. We would not close out the night without our TK motivational moment. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to unmute your mic, TK.
That would be
This-
nice, huh? That would be nice. Okay, sorry. All right. So tap, 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 tap. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, everybody. It's Motivational Monday. I love this moment, and I came across this tip of the day, right? And so I wanted to share it with you. It's very simple, but sometimes we need to get back to simplicity. So here we go. Tip of the day: if it doesn't bring you peace, profits, or purpose, don't give it your time, energy, or attention. Tap, 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 tap. I know y'all hear it. You better take it in. I always tell people time and time again that you have the audacity and control of what you receive. If something doesn't bring you peace, if it doesn't bring you profit, that means make you money, okay? Business. If it doesn't bring you those things, you have the right to block it. And for those that do come in, there is way you have the control of what you receive. I tell you, even with text messages or an email, and if it's starting off to go in a direction that it's negative, don't take it in. Because the moment that you take it in, it then affects your mind. So when I see a text message or an email going into a negative tone, and even when people leave comments on your social media, you have the power to block, delete, and unfollow. We have to start setting boundaries in the things that we do. And there's something that I always was told: nothing has power but the power that you give it. The moment that you start stressing out about things, that's because you're spending too much time on it. And if it's not about your children, if it's not paying one of your bills, please do not make it into what it doesn't need to be. So we have control. I want to just remind you guys that stress only happens because we allow it to. And I'm being honest. I had someone at work even tell me today, like, TK, you handle stress so well. And trust me, I'm human. There are times that when I get in my car, I may cry. It's times when I get in my car, I may scream. But I know when to turn it on or turn it off. And I even posted earlier this week on Facebook: strong people break too, but we just know how to handle it and keep it moving. And I do acknowledge my feelings, but the more that you tell your mind, I'm upset or I'm depressed or I don't like this, the tongue is very powerful, because what you tell yourself is what you're going to believe. So I'll have my moment. Trust me, I do, but I won't continue it into the next day. You have the power to wake up that morning. And like Syndee, when you asked me about my rituals in the morning, that's the reason why I reflect. Whatever happened to me the night before, I refuse to allow it to carry on into the next day. And I use that moment before my feet hit the ground to change my tone, because it's going to start out it starts your day for how the rest of your day is going to end. So that is my words to you. I hope you receive it from my mouth to God's ears. Guys, I hope you receive everything that I'm trying, that may only work for me. I'm not saying it works for you. And I would love to turn that over to Shonda and Syndee. My question to the both of you guys, and I'll go with you, Syndee, first. How do you get over stressful things?
How do I get over stressful things? I'm not quite sure how I get over stressful things. I just keep working.
No, that is. You
I
stay
just keep
busy then.
keep moving forward. Yeah, I just lost a very close person to me, and I was on tour, and I just, instead of, I had my breakdown moment, but still in that moment, it was like, that is not going to change the present moment. That moment, the present moment is that this has happened, and
Mm-hmm.
I have a show to do.
Yep.
So I could either lose it and not do the show, or I can do the show and pull my pieces together, and then, you know, keep pushing for keep movement.
Right.
And I think that's sort of how I deal with it, because the opposite of that is stillness, right? Or
Right.
being frozen, or
Yep.
paralysis.
Paralyzed.
So, but sometimes if you're stressed, you got to take a moment
Take a
and
break, and it's
practice
okay.
stillness. And
Yeah.
practicing stillness is very different from paralysis.
Yeah.
Um, so I do a combination of both. But honestly, right now, I have not had any moments of stillness, because it's I'm
Still
not I
going.
yeah, I'm still in that. If I'm left alone for too long, I think I'll just like break down and cry, and I'm
Right.
just like, it's weird to feel the feelings as they come because I cannot change them, and it frustrates me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understood though. Shonda, how do you deal with stress or just chaos?
Yeah, I cry. I cry all the time. I'm just a
You
crier.
know what?
But no, I agree with Cindy because we both experienced death recently, and what was stressful for me, or I guess emotional for me, was that I was trying to categorize my feelings for a man who had never been in my life, but I was mourning his death so much because I felt that whatever could have been fixed is now over. It's final.
Hmm.
There's nothing
Hmm.
else I can do. I can't take another trip to see him. I can't go sit on the porch and talk to him. I can't text him. I can't say anything else to my father to let him know that I love him.
Yeah.
It's over. It's final.
Yeah.
And that to me was stressful. Then I felt like I couldn't cry like I wanted to because people were like, "What you crying for? He wasn't in your life, but he still is a part of why I'm here. He's
Yeah.
still the reason why I'm a person. That is my father, and it wasn't the perfect relationship, but at least I can go to Bahamas and see him, whether he spoke to me or not. I know when I get off that plane or the boat, I can go and see him on sitting on the porch.
That's right.
I can't do that anymore. So that was very stressful for me, and I was so emotional. Even on my trip this past week, I was thinking like, my dad is really gone. He's really not here.
Hmm. It
So
hits
when
you.
I find myself stressing, I do cry. Sometimes crying makes me feel better, but I drown myself in work. I just stay busy. I put on music or I watch TV or do something while I'm working so I don't have quiet time in my head.
Yeah.
Quiet time in my head causes me to think too much about things that I want to think about. So I just
Yeah.
constantly work. I stay busy. Anything that keeps me busy and my mind off of that works for me.
Yeah. And I want to share that with you. Loss is a huge thing. And the first thing, Shonda, you're right. I constantly think about my father and like, wow, he really isn't here. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? But I can tell you this, and it was a reality check to me, is that life goes on. When
Hmm.
my father died and when the pandemic hit, it was like so much was just coming at me that I was going through. But then I'm saying to myself, the world doesn't stop for you, TK. I kid you
Right.
not. I wanted the world to be like, stop. Like I'm going through something. Everybody, like, wait for me. Life literally just keeps
Yes.
going. And so you can get stuck, like you said, Cindy, and become paralyzed. And that's how people fall into depression and they
Hmm.
don't know how to pull themselves out of it. Depression is real because you get sunk into a dark place that some people just can't get out of. And so that quote was to help protect you, right? We have to create boundaries not to take us to these dark places that we don't want to go. So I hope you guys receive that from me. Yay. That's it.
Thank you, TK.
You're welcome.
Oh, you guys, this is such a good show.
Before we go,
Yes.
I want to show y'all something before we go. But wrap up. Do what you gotta do first.
So what did
Okay.
you guys we want to get your thoughts
Okay.
and opinions, Talk Miami family, about some of the things that we talked about today regarding marriage and weddings and expense and building relationships, and also finding your purpose or accepting things into your life. If this show helps you in any way, we are doing our jobs. It's just not
Absolutely.
just the three of us getting together
Oh.
every Monday to hear ourselves talk. We definitely want to talk to y'all, and you are our main focus every week. We really enjoy doing this show for you, and if you know anyone who would benefit from our little show, hey,
That's
make sure you're following us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Talk Miami Talk Show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Talk Miami Talk Show. And if you're listening to this show after the live stream, you can find us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts under Talk Miami Talk Show. Um,
yeah.
as always, I'm your girl, Syndee Winters.
I'm your girl, TK.
I'm Dr. Shonda Roberts.
And Shauna wants to show us something.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Let's
So
see. Is it her in
Yes,
the plane? Because I want to see footage of her in this plane.
no, I will never. I'm so ashamed. But now I want to show. So about it's 12 years ago now, we did a TV show in the Everglades, right? And yes, I was in the Everglades. I camped, and I camped several times. This was our first time, and I had to go find the clip because I laugh at myself all the time. Y'all, when I say I'm afraid of everything, I'm afraid of everything. So just listen.
Ready?
Yes, yes.
All right.
Everybody
Let's
happy
do
about
this.
this? Woohoo!
What are you guys ready for? What are you maybe afraid of?
Alligators.
Alligators.
Anything crawling on the floor. Snakes.
Snakes.
Bugs.
Bugs.
Grasshoppers. Flies. Bees. Butterflies.
So the whole nine.
Yes.
All right, but it's
Flies, bees, butterflies.
She named everything in the wild. She named everything in the wilderness.
Butterflies. She's afraid of butterflies.
Listen, it is no joke. I'm afraid of everything, y'all. So, listen, I'm telling y'all, it's not.
ready.
Yes, yes.
All right.
Everybody
Let's
happy
do
about
this.
this? Woohoo!
What are you guys ready for? What are you maybe afraid of?
Alligators.
Alligators.
Anything crawling on the floor. Snakes.
Snakes.
Bugs.
Bugs.
Grasshoppers. Flies. Bees. Butterflies.
So the whole nine.
Yes.
All right, but it's
He said the whole nine.
My girl said, just things crawling on the ground. You say everything: birds, bugs, flies, bees, butterflies, everything. I'm scared of it all.
He said the whole nine
I'm scared
yards.
of
Huh?
everything.
Y'all, I want y'all to watch the show. It's really funny. And
We need
it's
the
our
full
first time
link.
camping. Of
We
course,
need the full
anything-
link so I can pull
Wait,
footage.
anything? Ryan said anything crawling on the
Anything-
floor.
Anything
it
crawling
was
on the
too
floor.
funny. They took us by alligators. I'm screaming. Oh, we went canoeing. I was crying. Y'all gotta watch it. It's a mess. It's a
You
mess.
just need to stay home.
I was crying on the
Shonda.
canoe. I mean, like
Shonda.
tears. Like, get me out of here. I was crying. I'm gonna post a link in these comments so y'all can watch them.
No.
And we'll talk
Wow.
about it next week.
Yes.
Wow.
We'll
Well,
see
y'all,
you guys next
we'll see you
week.
guys next week. I'm gonna play us out.
Yes,
Good night,
honey,
everybody.
That's my jam. Bye, y'all. See y'all
Download on all
next-
streaming platforms. Butterfly Black Music.
Get it in, Syndee. Plug it.
Hey, need them numbers. Trying to get to 10,000 streams.